Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So on the ETH chart, the price hasn't really moved at all. So obviously there isn't anything new to say, unfortunately, and until we break out. And at the moment we are below previous swing highs and we are above previous swing lows. So as you can see here, we're just moving in a range. It actually looks nearly like a triangle. So it's even possible that this B wave is unfolding as a triangle. I haven't labeled it like that, but that is just something that I'm sort of observing in parallel, just knowing that these triangles often tend to do something different eventually. But it is, you see that volatility is reducing and reducing and reducing. And if this really is a triangle, it would indicate a breakout to the downside. And it's the same count as I have it already. Just, okay, the microstructures will change. At the moment, I've labeled it as basically like here an ABC in which the B wave could finish here. But actually, if this is really a triangle, the B wave might end here or here. That's not so important because the direction would be the same. As soon as we take out this previous swing low at the red line, as I mentioned yesterday already at around 2,820, it should send the price down further. Obviously, it takes a sustained break, a convincing break. But I want to share with you that we are likely moving in this triangle with contracting trend lines. And this is interesting because today we've got PPI data, tomorrow CPI, and that could indicate some volatility. Now, there's no way to say which direction it's going to go, right? So some people trade less on these days because it's less, less predictable, you could say. The market is just waiting to make a move. And there are not many reliable patterns here. Well, there isn't really anything reliable here at the moment. We are holding above the orange support range, so there's a support area from which we could get a bounce, but there is no clear setup for higher, okay? There is no clear setup, but I can give you that red line. So for the red C wave to the upside, and this is a diagonal pattern that could unfold in 5 waves, 1, 2, and then this would be an AB, and the C wave could start from here into the high $3,000 region. This could be a 5-wave move, right? But this is what could be. I have no clear setup for it. What would be a clear setup? A clear setup would be a first 1-2 setup in the wave C. So that means if we get a first clear 5-wave move up, 3-wave pullback, a higher low. I don't see that at this stage. There is no 5-wave move up and 3-wave pullback in wave C. If that comes up, I will let you know, but that is what I would need to see because at the moment it's just a sideways range and we could easily break down. Now, again, the key level here is 2,820. So of course you could look for long positions, but it might be reasonable to set a stop below that level. Just be aware that on volatile days like that, there might be some stop fishing and it still goes up. That's the reason why some people don't trade at all on these days and wait for clear patterns to emerge. Something that really then, let's say, is in line with their own trading plan, right? It's all about finding a setup that aligns with your trading plan. This at the moment is just sideways range and we have less and less volatility and the market is getting squeezed into the apex of a triangle. There's still some space, but typically these triangles, when there is less and less volatility, this typically indicates that a big move could be coming because whenever that, let's say the pressure, it's like a spring that gets compressed. When that's released, it can indicate that, it typically leads to, let's say, a bigger move. Now, looking at the white count, I mean, we could have started this move to the downside in wave C of Y. So it's a series of possible 1-2 setups. As I said, what really matters is that 2,820 level. If that's taken out, it will basically invalidate the red microstructure as it is here on the chart. So that would rather than clearly shift probabilities towards the white count. If we see a convincing break out of the trend line to the upside and a break above the B wave high at $3,220, well, that would indicate that we can at least watch the red count more closely. Due to the choppy nature of this move, it's obviously still a risk though that this B wave simply gets reset higher. So I think it will take a while until we get a proper, some clarity here. We need 5 waves. With when we get an impulse, things will be clear. When the chart will form an impulse. At the moment, it's just ranging, and I think today we just have to be a bit patient. I gave you the key levels, and then to the downside, the wave count to the downside. If we really break down, Next support levels are 2,668 and 2,460, but none of that has changed over the last few days. There's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.